What's going on, partners? The LA County Probation Oversight Commission started live. I've been wanting to go live with them, but I had no idea how to start that. I started the process once I saw they went live, and I have to wait like a probation period, 24 hours before I can use the service since I never used it before. So they're live right now. Let's see what they're saying.
Having management that can interpret the policies and can take that down the chain of command, right? Having someone in charge of LP but don't know our policies, that's a big problem. Knowing what we can and cannot do is a big problem. There's been a division that's been created, SB County versus LA County, right? Let's keep it 100. This has been intentionally created. But Epps, I'm here to let you know, I'm willing to assist you in undoing that. Also, with our contract, come to the table, come talk to us. Let us get this contract signed. Thank you.
Thank you.
By the way, that first team should have never been disbanded. They were disbanded July 9th in a very unprofessional manner. Thank you.
Not too sure what he was talking about. Sounds like he was a correctional officer or a probational officer, since he was talking about contracts.
It was concerning to know that the first team was dismantled because they're pretty much my lifeline. That's who I contact whenever there is questions, when it comes to the forms. A lot of our forms are not updated to the new policy. So it's very hard to write a review when you are no longer considering some things use of force or restraints, but the staff are forced to have to modify how they explain their restraint. Because some titles are no longer implemented, correct. So that's a lot of liability when it comes to also the videos. Not all of us had access until not too long ago to see the videos. And that is a liability to me because for the main part, I'm the first one who sees the videos because I need to make sure that the reports match the video footage. But we did not have access until not too long ago. So that's a lot of liability. I am the one that notifies the director if there's something that I think is out of compliance. That's a lot of liability for somebody who still doesn't have a contract. Thank you.
Thank you.
So it sounds like these are going to be staff. Oh, there it is. They're wearing their union shirts there, and they're speaking out on the difficulties that these probation officers are going through.
Because in memory, each one of us has 20-something years, 30 years plus experience, and we can all tell you in that moment we thought we did this and it didn't turn out that way. So now you're setting up all of our DSOs and DPOs for investigation because you're having them write reports without knowing what's on that video, and then it looks like they're falsifying a document, and that's not fair because in that heat of the moment, you don't know what you did. You thought you did this and you thought you did that. So there's no reason why the video's not going to lie. We don't have the editing. So there's no reason why they shouldn't have access to that film so that they can see that.
So they can do the report.
Wrong, yeah, we'll take our hit for it. We'll take the retraining. We'll take whatever it is. But there's no reason why this is a secret, and to us, it's used as punitive, and that's not fair. Again, supervisors have a lot of liability. We need our contract so that we can help you fix this department.
Definitely. Officers should be allowed to review their videos so they can do the reports play by play.
I have 31 years of experience in this department.
Because you do get tunnel vision and you believe you did something or you saw something come at you, and you write it on a report, and then you look at video and you're like, oh my God, this never happened. I had an instance where I thought the dude was going to swing at me. And I wrote my report prior to reviewing the video. When I reviewed the video, the guy never tried swinging on me. I clearly remember him lifting his hand up and trying to take a swing, but it wasn't the case. Like, he lifted his hand up to move out, it was like, you get tunnel vision, you don't remember things clearly, and you need that video so you can review your actions and justify the actions that you took. Now, the videos don't lie. So, by you reviewing the video, it prevents you from lying because then it's pretty obvious when someone is reading your report and looking at your video that you're making stuff up. But the brain, the human mind, is a weird, complex organ, and sometimes you perceive things differently from what actually happened.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Angela Wheaton. I'm also a supervisor with the Firestone area office. And there's so much to be said here today. Unfortunately, 2 minutes is not going to cut it, so I'm going to do my best to stay focused. Um, I'd like to backtrack a little bit and say that I feel like we're putting the cart before the horse. We can have 100 committees. We can have, we can constantly meet and get together to discuss ways to improve circumstances. We can try to implement programs and do different things to benefit the staff, to benefit the kids. None of that is going to matter if we don't have the staffing there to fulfill all of these tasks. No one is answering or asking the question why the staff aren't present. I've worked for this department for 18 years, and this is the first time in my entire career that we have ever seen this kind of circumstance. And I think we have to remember that we're a human services department, and there is no human component. That component is missing. We have to actually care about the people that are supposed to fulfill these roles. Like Ms. Moss, my unit is also depleted. I have no deputies. This is the second time that all of my unit has been stripped and sent to the juvenile hall. And I've been very fortunate in my career to have people that are extremely dedicated and who have been deploying regularly, have been full duty staff for the last 5 years since COVID started. And now they're exhausted, like so many other people from the department. And I think we need to start exploring ways to get the staff back on board. Rather than being punitive, let's look at creative ways. I'm all about solutions. Well, many of us have talked about, changing the schedules around, utilizing compressed 40s so that you can increase the staffing consistency in the juvenile halls and give people opportunities to still maintain relationships with their families. It's not that people aren't willing to come to work. They need to be able to have balance, a work-life balance as well. Sorry, I heard the bell.
No, you're fine.
All right, so a few things that I want to point out. She started out with that 2 minute limit falls under the Brown Act. And the Brown Act was created to ensure transparency for the public and to allow the public to participate in these meetings. However, these 2 minute limitations, it really limits a person's ability to articulate their thought, and it actually silences our voices. These are very complex things that we're talking about. And the best minds in this commission, or the best minds in a commission to solve this problem, will have a very difficult time coming up with a solution. And here we have a bunch of idiots sitting in this commission, so they're not going to figure anything out. We got to create this dialogue and disagreement. And through that disagreement, we can find a solution for the problems. Another thing that she said was staff. Staff have been crying, pleading with this commission, telling them, getting on their knees and saying, we need help. There are issues. Please help us. And this commission has completely ignored their pleas. These are your soldiers. These are your troops. Listen to what they have to say.
Douglas. I'm here with Anti-Receiving Coalition. I've been home for like about a year and a half now. I've been working with ARC policy team for a year now. And then ever since I got out, my mindset was like changed like the team for our youth, Like give it to them because I've been there before. I was a BRJ during the whole 4 years, and then all this going on about the all groups and everything, the programs they come, they say they wanna bring like nothing's happening. They always say like, oh, we're gonna bring this and that, and then we over there like all happy and like because they tell us, oh, we're gonna bring this and that, but then out of nowhere they be like, oh, we don't have enough staff because the staff is thing be going on for years, no months, for years. I was there, so I've been in their shoes. I know how to feel, to know how program, to know be able to go outside recreation. Because over there in the union, it's like it's a board right there. There is all the program that we're supposed to do. But sometimes we don't do that because we don't have staff. So like Or sometimes we don't do that because like incident happens and they for one people they blame everybody, and that's not fair because it's people right there that really want to change, they really want their program, you know. Like people like me, you know, like I want to give back to them, you know. I want to help the community. I want to help our youth, you know. I'm here like speaking for them, you know, because they not here, they not able to speak for themselves. And then we just want actions, you know. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
You brought, again, the staffing issue
morning,
has been a
Mr. Bell.
problem for
Good
years.
morning. Thomas Bell, Camp VP, Local 685, in support of my brother and sisters in 721. I just also want to, just mention what that was said earlier as well. One, with the support of the officers that get hurt during these restraints. We really need to start showing our support. The management teams need to really show that they care that these officers are out hurt, that they're not just at home sitting by themselves, and no one cares. Because they come back to work and the same kid is in the same unit doing the same things he did when they hurt him. So management really needs to show that they care about these officers, as well as reviewing the video. I think I mentioned that before. Nobody here could go put on some gloves, go outside, have a boxing match, and then come back and write everything that they did. If you guys could give it
There's
that
no way.
easy,
You
would
get
say it's
tunnel
unfair.
vision.
That's exactly what's happening with us. We go outside, we get in a restraint, and
2
now we
minutes
got to write
seems like
everything we did
2
under the
hours.
restraint after we've already been physically abused. We're tired, or maybe we're just tired, or don't remember what happened.
You
We
just
can't
had an
review it now.
adrenaline dump.
That doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem fair.
Your
And
body's
then
still an
we
age.
are
You're still
accountable for
shaking.
what we write. After you guys get to sit back and review it and watch it, we have to accountable what we write when we was in this stressful situation. That's a difficult thing. I think you guys really need to understand that how difficult that is. If you want your reports done right, you want them done fair, you want them done correct, let people review the camera. Let
And
them
they want them
see what we're
done
actually doing.
right
Like you
away.
said, they can't change it.
They have
Can't
to be
change the
done by
camera.
your end of shift. But
But
before you
can
go
write
home,
down. You can be like, okay, that's what I did. Oh, I thought I did this, but that's what I did. And you can write it down and you can explain yourself. But once again, supporting 721, they need their contract.
Thanks, Mr. Bell.
it's crazy how they're working without a contract. I can't believe
Morning.
that.
My name's Sylvia Khan. I work out of Centinela Area Office, and I oversee juvenile investigations, about 60 cases with one DPO who is here with me right now. And I do juvenile supervision, and I have 2 DPOs that have been at the halls for the last 3 months or so. Beyond that, I have to oversee over 120 cases by myself as a supervisor in the field. I believe everybody cares about what's going on in the halls, but who cares about the field and the kids and their parents that are complaining every single day that they have 3, 4 different probation officers, because where's their probation officer? They want to go get Ms. Ward, Ms. Huerta, Ms. Osorio, Ms. Frazier out of the hall so they could come and help their kids out who are out of control, who are picked up on 3 cases, petition A, B, C, and D. You guys aren't even seeing that. We are not servicing, we're deservicing our community. I am one person. This is my community. I live and I serve this community. I'm 2 miles away from home. I'm 2.1 miles away from work. All we need is for you guys to look at the field and what we're doing. We're pulling all this staff to go to the halls. But what is the halls doing for us? What is the hall? When are we going to resolve the issue with the people not showing up, or people leaving, going to OC San Bernardino, Riverside, because they can't deal with people at the halls or the situation going on at the halls? I need my staff back to my unit so we could service our community. How about these art people, recidivism, that want to sit here and talk about the halls closing them down? How about they go to the schools, the elementaries, the junior highs, the high schools, and start seeing the kids there? That's where the kids need your help. They don't need your help at the halls. They need your help before they make it to the halls. How about the YDD, the DYD programs?
Let's go.
They need to
Get
come over
passionate
here
with it,
and
girl.
see the kids in the field. They need to come and talk to us in the field how they could best service our communities, and we will be there to support them. I will be there to support them because this is my community. All we need, I'm doing the job of too many DPO2s.
That's your time. I'm sorry to cut you off. Thank
Support our contract.
So rude. Let her speak. Give her 2 more minutes. She has a lot to say.
Good morning once again. It's Eric Walton.
That was good. I'm sorry, Eric, but She was fired up, man. A lot of things that she had to say. First of all, her workload. That is crazy. She is just one person. They need to have more officers out in the field. What's going on is that they're pulling all these probation officers from the streets and putting them in detention camps or in the detention halls because they need the help there. It's creating a public safety issue. In El Monte, we had 2 police officers murdered because probation could not keep up with their workload. They were murdered by someone who was on probation and was supposed to be monitored and checked into, and they never did. So as a result, Sergeant Michael Paredes and Officer Joshua Santana lost their lives. But they want to keep pulling the probation officers out of the streets and into the halls. And she's completely right. So all these advocates should be going to the schools, should be going to the hoods to prevent the kids from ending up in the halls. And these commissions keep opening the doors and allowing these people in, sabotaging the work, the hard work that probation has been doing.
They're going to do. They said, we have to talk to management. We have to talk to such and such. As of this day, those 5 kids are, those 5 grown men are still sitting up there in Unit R.
Look at the officers that are coming in and talking against this commission. They all look professional. They all look like they care about their job. They all look like they care about the profession. And most importantly, they care about the kids that are in there. None of these guys seem like they're tyrants and out of control. And it's not the first time that they have gone up, stood in front of this commission, and pleaded for help. And just like always, they get ignored. And nothing's going to change this time. But for now, partners, I'm going to stop it right here. This stream is getting kind of long. This is all I got. Remember to hold the line and let's hold them accountable.